Hi, my name is Crosmaz-Brown. I'm a shamaness, and the name of my studio is called Jui Healing Art Studio. And I teach a lot of workshops and one-on-one and groups about healing pain and abuse, and about forgiveness. And forgiveness is a very difficult thing, especially if you've been sexually abused or you've been beaten down, you're a victim of domestic violence. Just even from neglect as a child, because that has the same strong effect on a child as any kind of abuse, lack of love. But how do we forgive? How do we understand why? This is the question that many of us ask ourselves, the universe, our families, our churches, our counselors. Why? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Why do I have to face all these challenges? And a lot of us have to face more than one. We have a long laundry list of challenges that we have to face. And they say, why me? Why all this on me? And when I tell people this little tidbit of information that I've come up with, then all of a sudden they shift and understand why. So let's say, for instance, I'll use myself as an example because that's the only way I can go is my own story. And the sexual abuse that happened to me as a toddler affected me for the next over 50 years. And during psychological counseling, they said you have to forgive so that you can move on. And I had a really difficult time with that. So mentally I said, okay, I forgive, let's move on. So I went on thinking, okay, yeah, I'm forgiven. Mentally, I'm forgiven. That's no problem. Yet, I could still be triggered into reacting in a negative way whenever the situation arose about my abuse. So I thought, oh, I haven't forgiven yet. So then I discovered energy healing and got awakened to that forgiveness of the heart. I said, okay, you have to forgive with your heart. I can do that. So I thought, okay, I forgive with my heart. But it was still just words. I wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel it in my heart. I was saying the words mentally, but I wasn't really feeling it. I said, oh, I'm forgiven. I've forgiven. But yet I still would be triggered into reacting in a negative way whenever it was mentioned. And I go, maybe I'm not even capable of forgiving. Is that possible that I'm not capable of forgiving? What do I need to do to forgive so that I can move on? I don't have to go to the person and forgive him in person. I have to forgive him in my heart so that I can move on beyond the pain. So I decided to do a little meditation and go back to the time of the abuse. And then I decided, okay, let's go back beyond the time of the abuse. Because this is stories that I have been hearing that made a lot of sense to me. Is our path here on earth is predetermined before we come. We decide, it's like the School of Hard Knocks, we decide what courses we're going to sign up for. We decide which challenges that we want to face so that we can learn specific lessons from those challenges and then take that information and help others with that information. So I try to go back to the time before I was born, before my abuser was born, when we were both made of light and love on the other side, when our souls loved each other. We were from the same soul cluster. We were light, we were love. So I thought, okay, let's start there. Let's reenact what happened at this time. So here I am on the other side saying, all right, I want to learn what it feels like to try to heal sexual abuse from a very early age with incest. Now, who in my soul group, with love, will step forward and be the abuser to teach me the lessons that I want to know so that I can take that knowledge to help others grow beyond their pain? So someone who has to agree to this role in my life knows that he risks my hatred for God knows how many lifetimes. I could go on lifetime after lifetime and still not learn to forgive him because of this abuse, because I can't get over it. So he has to be so much in love with me that he risks this relationship to step forward and be my abuser so that I can learn this valuable lesson. So when I went back to that point in time and remembered our relationship of love and light on the other side, and that I had requested this lesson, this course, you might say. I am not a victim. I have never been a victim. This is a life lesson, a lesson that I chose. And if I didn't learn from it and rise above it, then I would continue for many more lifetimes in this pain. So I had to, it's either, and I've said this to all my clients, heal it now or heal it later. You still have to heal it. So you can avoid it in this lifetime and go on and to the end of your life, but when you're born again, you're going to face those same challenges until you face the healing. So when I finally realized at this point that my abuser was also a soulmate of sorts in my soul cluster family, and that he did this with love, and I requested it with love, then all of a sudden I felt what forgiveness feels like. I felt it in my heart, and I felt it in my soul. That tingling sensation, both of them at the same time. And then I remembered the saying, I've heard this saying, you have yourself, forgiveness, heart and soul. As that's what it means. Forgiveness with just the heart isn't enough. Forgiveness with just the mind is definitely not enough. But forgiveness, heart and soul will help you move beyond the pain in your life now and help you understand, all right, I have learned this lesson. I've learned it well. I'm going to take those lessons and I'm going to help others who are suffering the same roadblock. And that's all, they're just stuck. They have forgotten that they had requested these challenges. They have forgotten that they needed to learn the lesson and move on. So basically what I'm getting at here is the path of the soul. And what is our path? In brackets, we're here to learn, and then we're here to teach what we learn. That's it. Whatever it is that we're here to learn, and everybody has a different path. Everybody has a different lesson to teach, or several lessons to teach. But regardless of what they are, that's what we're here for, is to learn and to teach. When we come out the other side of faith, from fear, we reach back with a helping hand and pull those who are in the same place that we were through to the other side with us, so that they can release the pain and the fear in their lives and learn the wisdom of forgiveness and feel that peace and calm of knowing, now I know why I'm here. I'm here to help others. And that's what we're all here to do, to help each other, help the earth, help all the spiritual essences of the earth. That's what we're all here for. Forgive. Go back in time and remember the path of your soul. And remember what you're here to do. You're here to heal and to teach.